Hi friends, again we are going to have this therapeutics of asthma. This is the last class for therapeutics of asthma, and that is dealing with aerosol therapy. So what is an aerosol? What is an aerosol? So first you know about how does an aerosol is formed. आजकल एरोसॉल के ऊपर बहुत बात हो रही है, एरोसॉल इन्फेक्शंस, एरोसॉल. What is an aerosol? Aerosol is a solution in which a solute is dissolved in air. A solute is dissolved in air. This solute, what are the criteria by which you can say that a solute can dissolve in air? The solute should be not less than 2 microns and should not be more than 5 microns. The size of solute should be like that. It should not be less than 2 microns or it should not be more than 5 microns. Why? There is a reason behind it. Because whenever a solute which is less than 2 microns is suspended in the air, that will go to the deepest airways, but along with the air stream, it will go with the inspiration, it will come out with the expiration. So there is no use when you give aerosol therapy. It is of no use when you give a solute which is less than 2 micron, because it will come out of the respiratory mucosa and it will not act on the respiratory mucosa. Okay? So you should know about it, that a solute should, and why it should not be more than 5 microns. The size of solute should not be more than 5 microns, because if it will be more than 5 microns, it will deposit in the pharynx only. यार इसमें गर्मी बहुत लग रही है, बता नहीं पाएंगे. So it will deposit in the pharynx only. It will not go into the upper respiratory, in the lower respiratory tract, in the tracheobronchial tree, deeper and deeper, where you need it. Really, we need it. So the size of micron, the solute should be less than 2 microns and more than 5 microns. And solute plus air, solution of air, it is known as aerosol. When corona is dissolved in the air, it is less than 2 microns. So it goes inside the deeper airways and can cause a deeper interstitial pneumonia. Right? We are not going to discuss about corona. It is enough of corona these days. Then coming on to next part, that what are the various therapies you know of. When we discussed, it was preventer therapy and it was reliever therapy. So both of it can be given by aerosols. Right? What are the aerosols which are in practice? One is metered dose inhaler. Okay? Then is dry powder inhaler. And third is nebulization. These are the three basic mechanisms or modes by which you can give aerosol therapy. But this board should be clear, whatever I am writing on the board, okay? I may not be clear, but board should be clear. So this is in short known as metered dose inhaler. This is known as dry powder inhaler or DPI, and this is nebulizer. MDI, DPI and nebulizer. Okay? This is a practical demonstration class. So whatever you will study in this class, you have to write it in your manuals in the column of aerosols, which we have a different section of aerosols, so you have to write in the manual. Okay. So coming on to meter dose inhalers. Andy? Okay. Meter dose inhaler, basically meter dose inhaler is a liquid form of inhaler in which we basically, there is a suspended canister. कर दिया पास. इसको भी निकाली, इसको ना निकालो. So in meter dose inhaler, meter dose means when you are going to measure the dose, and you can measure an actuated dose can come out. What happens in this canister? What we do is we basically in this canister we keep this bronchodilator or preventer drugs or steroids in a pressurized mode in this canister. This is a pressurized mode. In pressurized mode, along with the propellant, you can see it is Deolin. This Deolin contains ipratropium bromide, then okay, it contains basically ipratropium bromide along with levosalbutamol and a propellant. What is propellant? A propellant is basically a surfactant which decreases the surface tension of the fluid. What happens when surface tension is decreased? Whenever the surface tension is decreased, it causes increase in the fumigation, increase in the activity, which causes increase in the flight mode of the molecules. The molecules become lighter, they fly in the air and becomes aerosol. So basically what happens in propellant is a surfactant. When it is surfactant is mixed along with this, it makes the surface tension of the liquid very low, and when you pressurize this is a canister which has got a vacuum, and when you pressurize this pressure causes increased fluid formation. Everyone must be knowing about Bernoulli theorem. What happens in Bernoulli theorem? Whenever there is a decrease in this pressure, what happens whenever we decrease this pressure by pressing this piston down? Whenever we press this piston down, what happens? There is a formation of fume. You can see this fume. This fume is coming out, right? This is a formation of fume which is coming out. This fume is nothing but a aerosol, because in high pressure, along with the surfactant, there is decrease in the surface tension, and when there is a release in the pressure, there is liquidification of this finer particles are formed which flies in the air, right? So this is meter dose inhaler. This meter dose inhaler basically can be used in therapy of asthma. Why? Because whenever you give in actuated form, it goes deeper down into the respiratory tract. But always remember, when this meter dose inhaler was given, it was initially when we were interns, this meter dose inhaler was given. So there was a decreased propensity of therapy of asthma. What happened? Because whenever it was told that whenever you give this inhaler, when you press this inhaler, there should be a inspiration. There should be a deep inspiration immediately. This jet comes out, so you have to actuate your breathing along with this jet. When this jet is coming out, you have to inspire immediately. If you will not inspire, you will expire. Then this fluid will not go inside. So there was increased amount of particles which remained inside. So what was the basically disadvantage? There was MDI when given, there was increased deposition in pharynx, laryngopharynx and larynx. So the drug was not going inside the lungs. It was not going inside the parenchyma of the lungs. What happened? There was a decreased therapeutic efficacy of this drug. What we did was that we gave this drug along with a spacer. This is the spacer. This is the spacer which allows this air, which allows this the mouthpiece of inhaler inside the spacer, right? So this mouthpiece of inhaler when inside the spacer, now what happens? This drug, when you press, this drug will remain inside this spacer for a long duration of time, and there can be a mask which is fitted on the exit piece of spacer, and when you inhale, this drug will go inside your respiratory tract, and because there is no need for actuation of inspiration, this drug will go with each breath of air, each breath, it will go deeper inside the lungs. It will go into the minor airways also, and it will cause dilation or decrease in the inflammation, whatever, which type of drug you are giving, right? So this will cause bronchodilation and cut. Okay? This will cause bronchodilation or decrease in the inflammation of the lowermost respiratory tract, because the drug deposition is better in the lungs. So when you see pause कर दो